nobody really specializes in skin of color, especially in an Asian population. I had lots and lots of patients who've been horribly, been through laser, hydroquinones and dermabrasion, peeling. And of course, as you always state in your videos, and I watch you regularly, that they suffer the aftermath of post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation, and basically it comes worse. And this is why when I found your account, I was like, wow, that's the person that I want to really talk to help us so we can help these patients really.
What do you want me to create for you that you think would just be like revolutionary, that would just be so helpful?
Well, for us is basically the main complaints we have in like I've seen in my patients are under eye circles.
Okay.
Basically due to hereditary, of course.
Between us.
And I've seen lots of patients asking about knees and arms and elbows depigmenting for the body, yani. And lastly, of course, the melasma, the pigments. Melasma is a major issue here in Jordan and in the Middle East. Because of pregnancy, our sun is too hot, and of course, again, the products that we use are usually all based for Caucasian skin, and they don't take into effect the problem that we have with post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation.
Doing something really exciting with my daughter. So my daughter's 7 years old, and I really wanted her to learn about pigmentation and formulations, etc. So we're creating the world's first scar cream for children.
Wow, that's amazing.
Children, especially when they get chicken pox or they get, they hurt themselves and they've got a scar on their face for life. That's
true.
It's unbelievable.
Well, I've had it with my daughter. She was almost 3.5. She got attacked by a girl in kindergarten, and she had like really bad scratches all over her face. All of them disappeared except like for one hair, and it's just hyperpigmented. And I cannot use like anything to decrease the color in that age. She turned 6 actually last this August. So there's nothing that really I can use to decrease that. And we have that problem because all the anti-scarring is just silicone based. Don't do any like lightening creams for children. And you cannot actually control children to apply sunscreen every 2 hours judiciously. Have like
adults. Forget children, even adults can't do it.
That's true. That's true. So it would be amazing if you can, like, I don't know in terms of business, because it's not, I've never been into business. I've just wanted the medical aspect of it. I think, and I really do think you should really think about it. You have a huge market in the Middle East for your products. People are just thirsty, they're waiting. I've seen, as I told you, I've seen lots of my patients complaining that we tried this, it's not working, it comes back worse. So you have that, concept of like really healing it from the start, and how to deal with skin of color. And that's your edge. And in Jordan and in the Middle East, in Saudi Arabia, Gulf countries, we all lean towards not Caucasian skin, but we're more towards the colored skin and the effect that we have with the sun and everything. So you have a huge market, and people are just dying. They're thirsty for something that actually really works. And I think your products could be that thing, that edge. So maybe you can collaborate with a group of doctors, or we can do something training for you. You can open up a branch here. That would be amazing.
I think in terms of my aim actually is to help as many people as possible, as fast as possible. And so I did the whole opening up clinic. So I had a clinic in South Africa, I had a clinic in Durban, I had a clinic in Mauritius, Mumbai. So I did the whole opening up clinics because I thought that was the best way to do it. But what ended up happening is I had issues in every single country, whether it was staff quitting, whether my starting at customs, whether, it was just like one thing after another. And I couldn't really manage like the business from London, and plus I've got two children.
I had to travel back and forth.
So hard. Like, it's just taking a toll, I think, on everybody. So then I thought the best way, so then I just focused on the UK and just thought, let me just expand across the UK. And now I think the quickest way is, ideally, if people can do it from home, as much as they can do from home, and then also have another tier, which is professional grade, which only goes out to doctors. Yeah. Because then a lot of that is an adjunct. So you do the home care kit first, say for example for melasma, it might treat 50% of it, but you might want to clear it, in which case you would want to do the professional grade too. So you would upgrade.
Yeah. Which then you will make it available at certain doctors in certain places. Yeah. That's amazing.
So hopefully that way we'll just help everybody as fast as possible.
That's true. Yeah. Because we really suffer. And I tell you for real, it's like there's nothing I can do. Like I try the glutathione under eyes. I try, you know, like slight injections here and there. And you just a minimal amount that you'll get an improvement in the color, in the darkness. It turns out red because it's so inflammatory. And then you worry that all that red color is just going to turn into post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation then, and it will all turn black. So, you know, you cannot really, and we don't have products, to be honest. And the stuff that like, let's say home kits for us is all about glycolic acid, 12% that you can get. And, you know, some sort of,
you get hot spots with that. Have you seen PIH from glycolic?
Yeah, a lot. And I've seen lots of irritation. Yeah, and lots of irritation where it just turns like, you know, a flary red. Yeah. And you just, you know, you get that shock of what do I do now? I mean, yeah.
I totally agree with you. In fact, so basically how this all worked is my parents owned a cosmetic lab, and they let me use their laboratory. And actually I did the first ever clinical studies on percentage active suitable for skin of color. So what I would do is I'd make a cream that would have, say, 1% retinol in it. And I would have a candidate pool of 20 to 30 skin of color and make them wear it for 3 months and see if we had any reactions. And 1% was too high, for example. That's just one of the ingredients that I did. I would then do 0.5%. I'd then do 0.3%. And I did that for every single tyrosine inhibitor and every single active we're likely to use. Only then, once I'd known the percentages that was suitable for us, did I then start combining the maximum combination. And then even when I did the combination, I had to make sure that the combination didn't irritate and you were getting results. So honestly, it was a very long process and a very scary process. I was very young when I started. Yeah. So you just don't know, like there was no one else to follow. There was no mentor. There was
exactly. No, it's just this is why I say it's revolutionary, because it's just the first ever that you have such products within good combinations, as you said, not to cause like really bad effects. Because if you use like retinol too much, you'll get that irritation, you'll get that itchiness, that flakiness, that maybe some will have some overreaction to it. To get a percentage of something wrong. So I think, this is why I reached out to you so many times, and I'm so happy that we're actually talking and we can get your products here in Jordan, because people really do suffer from lots of mistaken medications that are given, like lots of combination, like too much vitamin C, too much retinol, too much everything, and they just end up worse. Right. And it's so devastating when you see a patient. I've seen them, a couple of dear patients of mine, they became like friends because they were coming back and forth, trying to find solutions, who did dermabrasion somewhere, laser somewhere, and peeling somewhere, and now it's like to the effect that all the face is just, everywhere that's been touched with peeling or touched with laser is much worse. And it breaks them because, the face is the mirror. Yeah. And it's like when they look in their face and when they see those pigments, they just get so frustrated and so depressed. And of course, with the effects of social media, that everything has to be perfect and flawless, also that adds up to the problem, and they get really depressed about it. Yeah. So
I'm so sorry.
And be that beacon of hope,
Oh, I hope so.
Amazing. And I've been watching. The best part of it is that you're doing out of science.
Yeah.
You're not just, you know, combining medications or just try that and try this. And I think the protocol that you went through was very thorough. And I love that your products are even like when I read the ebooks that you got, the Hyperpigmentation Ebooks. I got them all and I read them. And I like the fact that you state for each one, even for the public, which means that you're not, you know, just holding on to information and like secret or something. You're just giving information out there for people to know. So even when they don't want to use the products, let's say, at least now they can read. Yes. And they say, oh, okay, so that percent might irritate me, and that what could be the problem, and that what could be causing me more pigmentation. Yeah. So thank you for sharing information. That's really amazing of you. Not a lot of doctors would do that. And thank you for thinking of people with skin of color, because nobody actually really cares. Just, you know, they just want that brightening appearance of, you know, God knows when, and they never tell what's going to happen next. Yeah. Thank you for giving them a chance, actually, and for thinking. So yeah, I would love. I still didn't have your kit. Yeah, I think with the
hopefully it'll be there soon. I can't wait for you to try it. In fact, we did a clinical study on 24 candidates. This was done independently. So we hired ADSL to do the study, and 100% of them saw a reduction in their lip pigmentation after 15 months with 0% reactions, which for me was like, you know what, more than even the results, it was the reactions. You know, you want zero, that number should always be 0% for skin of color, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So that, I think I was just so happy.
Yeah, because sadly for us, the alternative for, you know, having like your lip slightly brightened is to go for tattooing. And tattooing is so disastrous over the color.
Yeah, they're all the worst things. The skin is too thin there. It's only 3 to 4 cell thick. You know, even if you eat pineapple in the sun, your lips can hyperpigment. Like they're sensitive, you know. So we can't afford to, you know, to be that.
Yeah, to get that irritation. Yeah. It's been a nice talk, actually. You've been very nice. Thank you so much. And I can't wait again, as I tell you, as a doctor in Jordan and from the Middle East. I think your products are going to be number one. I think people are just waiting for someone who actually really finally understands the type of skin that we have. Because even with lasers, nobody really understands, like lasers are manufactured also for types of skin. Yes. Because lasers for us is always hyperpigmentary. Even like facial, like hair laser, and I've seen lots of that. Even after hair removal, we put it on the lower level, you don't get that effect. If you put it on the highest level, you get the hyperpigmentation effect, because they're manufactured in a way not taking into consideration the high melanin and tyrosinase ability that we have to manufacture melanin, even with the slightest sun. And when we have like really like hot flaming suns, like in the Middle East, where it's just sunny most of the time, actually, you get that effect, even as you said, for like a 5-minute outbreak there in the sun, sitting in the sun, even with sunblock, you get that hyperinflammatory reaction. And I think it would be, as I said, again, amazing to have someone who actually really understands what goes on with skin of color skin, what happens with the skin of color people, what actually happens with the steps, the reactions to certain medications, to certain drugs. And this is why I think your products would be just amazing. I can't wait to try them. I can't wait to have my patients actually try them. I would love to have your products in my clinic just to give hope back to the people who really actually, when they come to me and they said, Doctora, we have tried everything, and nothing is working. Is there anything I can do? You know, and it breaks your heart, because it really, sometimes it's really devastating. The melasma, the black spots, the under eye circles, and they try to hide it with concealers, with whatever, with fillers, sadly, when they don't understand, and they end up with that tinted blue instead of the black. Yeah.
Do you know, I always say, well, you know what I say to my patients is, you know, some people do come in and they're very upset about, you know, their pigmentation. You know, sometimes I also put it into perspective for them as well. And I do say, you know what, at the end of the day, it is only hyperpigmentation. You know, at the end of the day, you're healthy, your arms are working, your legs are working, your heart is working, your kidneys are working. These things are all more important than pigmentation. I know sometimes we get so caught up with, you know, these looking perfect. And in fact, I do so much social media where I talk about all my failures and all my flaws, just to show, you know, that we're all human and we all go through it. And sometimes I do, you know, I get melasma myself, and I know, you know, when you're looking in the mirror, all I stare at is my melasma. I don't look at my eyes, I'm not looking at anything else. All I can see is pigmentation. And I know even me that I'm, you know, I lose perspective.
Sometimes,
sometimes perspective does help, you know. Ultimately, it's a bit of pigmentation. Our grandparents had it. They were fine with it. But I fully understand that, you know, you really, it'd be great to treat it. It'd be ideal to treat it, and, you know, it gives you a confidence.
Well, you see, when it's like in small, let's say, like there's 2 patients that I really wish I can get your products to, because they were really, they were hurt by the lasers and the peeling effects. When you have like small spots or something, maybe it's more bearable. But for these 2 patients that I'm really thinking about, they just really got hurt, like all the face has, all around, you know, all the contour everywhere. It's like when they did peeling, or, you know, they did peeling for them, and it's like when they peeled off the old skin, just
TCA.
Hyperpigmentation. Tricyllic acid. They did it at and there's the fractional. A lot of people also here do fractional laser for pigments.
It's the worst. The skin of color, it should never be used. I always say the ones to completely avoid are TCA peels. They're not suitable for skin of color. Fraxel laser, not suitable for skin of color. Any form of laser for pigmentation is not suitable, because it's not a 0% side effects. You have a large percentage of people will get inflammation and get more hyperpigmentation. And the pigmentation is worse than what you started with.
Exactly. And that's what devastated these patients that I'm really thinking about, because they you know, they had like a small melasma here and there. So they went and had that treatment, and sadly now the face as a whole. So they can't stop blaming themselves for what happened, and they're just looking for a way. When I heard that patient say, I just want my old face back. Even with the spots, I don't care. I just want my old face back. I'm thinking, I mean, as you said, we shouldn't lose perspective. We're all humans at the end. Of course, we're going to have like bits of dark spots here and there, post-inflammatory spots here and there. We are not looking to be like, as you said, flawless or just, you know, picture perfect, like social media effect.
The filters.
And stuff, but at least to have some reduction to the point where if she puts a bit of makeup, it doesn't look black under makeup. I think that's, and even like when she washes her face, to have that a bit of reduction that you can actually, you know, accept and get used to it and not blame yourself for whatever happened. I think that what they're looking for, and that's what we're going to try to highlight in. I would love also some of, if you don't mind, I would like to share some of your ebooks.
Yes, absolutely. Definitely.
It has that information for people out there, because as we said, at the end of the day, it's just reaching too many people, trying to educate people that lasers, tricylic acids, glycolic acids, hydroquinones are not for us.
Correct.
So,
absolutely right. In fact, I even, to the point, the reason why I do so much free information is I'm not saying buy my products, come to my clinic. I'm not saying any of that. I'm just saying, know what's good for your skin. Don't do anything that's bad for your skin that you're going to regret later. And that's exactly from education. I do believe that people now are starting to become a lot more aware of what's, first of all, that skin of color needs different treatment to Caucasian skin. That was never a discussion that we even had, 5 years ago. It wasn't even talked about. Now people are understanding that skin of color is different to Caucasian skin. And I think now people are educating themselves, especially in the lockdown. I found a huge surge of people wanting to learn about skincare, which was fantastic. And people talking about it with their families, with their friends, it's actually part of the discussion. So I think very rapidly in the next 12 months, everyone is going to know what is suitable for us and what we should do.
That's true. And this is why it's important to have your products here, because people are going to ask me, Doctora, what's the alternative? And I'll say, well, they're Dr. V's products. There you go.
No problem.
Yeah,
My pleasure.
so that would be amazing if we can get, you know, I mean, of course, we're going to talk about this later, but if I can get some of your products to be sold in my clinic for the patients like these, and of course they'll be tagged in your social media. We'll take pictures before and after and send to you.
Amazing.
The whole idea is to get you as a doctor, because I truly believed in your products, is to get you like known across, so people can understand that there's a person who understands my skin. The products are really helpful for me, and so they can, and you know, to get easy access to the products. And I think it would be amazing, and you're doing so much, you're being so helpful, and you're reaching a lot of people, and that's really cool. That's really good of you. You have a good spirit, I can tell, and a good heart. And I wish you all the best. Truly, you can't understand how frustrating it is here in the Middle East, and how people are looking for, you know, such take-home products that are going to be easy, affordable, easy to purchase, because some of the products that we talk about are just so expensive. Really? And they can't like really, you know, like a hyaluronic acid cream, a good hyaluronic acid cream pure could cost around 60 JDs, which is 80 something pounds. That's a simple hyaluronic acid cream.
That's
so
not, just to tell you, that's definitely not worth it.
So people are going towards the, you know, like home manufacturing stuff. People would just fall, they fall short to people who are just, you know, make a fortune out of, they make products at home that are not really real, authentic. They just, you know, made up.
You've got to go through microbiology. You've got to be very careful actually doing that, because this can even develop in a cream if it hasn't been, if you haven't got the correct preservatives in there, which doesn't happen if you're home manufacturing. So actually, again, it's better to not use it than
and home remedies, of course, which states, I don't know what, home remedies, they make, I don't know. You never know what's inside these products, and they just sell it online, and people are just so desperate that they go for it, and you end up, you know, having problems. This is why I think the best way to go around is to educate and provide. Educate them about what's good about your skin, and what's good about what you should and you shouldn't use, and basically provide them with that line of treatment that they can get anywhere. And you can buy from the doctor's clinic, you can buy from there, you can buy from there, feel free, and we just educate you how to use them, and you'll be helping them at the end, and that's amazing.
Oh, amazing. Oh, that honestly would be such a dream come true.
Yeah, I wish.
We can do this.
Definitely. Well, I can't wait to feature your products in my clinic, to be honest. That would be like a huge thing, because I tell you, people are just waiting for it, and I just want to, and soon, hopefully, we'll feature your products in our clinic. We'll arrange that, of course, with your team. I can't wait to have my lip product to try it around the eye circles, because it's going to be #1 seller.
Oh, thank you so much.
And of course, as you said, the underarm, the bikini, the underarms as well is a major issue.
Yeah, we're doing that.
The knees, the elbows. And me as a surgeon, I would specifically ask if you can make a solution that is for the hyperpigmentation post-scarring, because I do abdominoplasties, breast reduction, breast lifts, and I see a lot of hyperpigmentation in the scars, and especially in the first like 3 months, 6 months, it turns lesser, but it never really goes away. Especially for darker people, they just tint on all through. So if you can find it's something to really think about, because that's what they all ask about after the scars, the surgical scars, is the hyperpigmentation. And of course, as I said, we have only silicone products, something with vitamin C, something with hydroquinone, sadly, because that's what we have. If we can have
better, we can do much better than that.
Yeah, if you can do like a post scarring kit,
no problem.
That would be amazing.
Yeah, no problem. I think that's a fantastic idea. I think that's actually that's going on my next thing on my list, 100%.
Yeah, for sure. Because all of them have that problem. You know,
Yeah.
all of the people I do surgeries on, you know, I tell you, 99% have that. Only the very light colored skin patients who are like mainly descended Caucasians or Caucasians or
onwards.
Yeah.
Totally agree with you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
It's so kind of you to do this. I know you're very busy, but
No, thank you so much.
Everything
I do.
you tell me, I will do it.
I believe in you, and I believe in your products, and I really, really wish you all the best. And I can't wait to have your products here in my clinic and to try them and to give them to patients. So you can be, as I said before, the beacon of hope for people of darker skin color here in Jordan and the Middle East, to provide them with a safe alternative that they can use for the pigmentations of our skin.
Amazing. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Take care.
Yeah, and we'll stay in touch. Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good weekend.
Thank you. You too.
Take care. Bye-bye.